What's up, everybody? Wow, Clara! 3 months in advance? Yo. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have you been having a good day? Is Sen Crescent on a 3-string straight? Congratulations. Best Metacord, thank you again for the resub. What is up, everybody? Yep, Lewis is here. Vibing out. You can kind of hear the stuff in the headphones. There's no Ableton redeem today. Why? Because this is gonna be the main screen that we're in. So, free this time. But do your dailies. If you haven't done one of the dailies yet, you should. Here's how you do it. You go to the channel points, and for 3 of them are just 1 channel point, and 1 of them is 11. Just for fun, because I like the number 11. We're 420 friendly here, so take your bong hit, take your daily hit, daily toke. You have daily wings and daily dip as well. Some of you have already done it. Thank you so much. It's all courtesy for free thanks to Firebot, which is available on Mac. I'm also not sure why my voice sounds the way it does. I did do some messing around. What are the dailies for? It's just a fun way to check in. That's what the dailies are for. They have nothing to do with the other channel points redeems. Off the deep end, I've just turned off for today because it's not applicable. I haven't touched, otherwise, the go off the deep end price-wise in a while, but I have to price it quite high to make it, like, harder for the people who've been around and have like a ton of points. Otherwise, they'll just redeem it all the time, and that's not fair to me. But yeah, the dailies are just for fun. But yeah, for today, some point redeems are understandably not being used because this is a production session, and those redeems would mess with the flow of today's session. So sometimes those will be off, but they're not deleted. I've just switched them off. They'll be back for performance streams. Those are for performance only streams, not for production streams. I hope you can understand. Miss Clarabelle, how are you? I hope you're having a nice early spring. I'm not sure if it's spring yet for you or not, but the leaves are budding on the trees here in my neighborhood, so I'm pretty happy about that. I got to go for a walk today. I walked farther than I should have had to, but I'm grateful for the extra. So today I have some notes with me. I'll be working on an album, my next one. I don't want to wait any longer. Most of the songs are already written. We're going to be mostly making them shorter. And I have quite a few to go to. I have like maybe 10 or 11. I'm not sure whether this one will be on the album or not, which is why I'm playing it here as the intro. Thank you so much for listening to Moonlit Drift. That's the name of this song. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. I don't usually talk a lot when I do these kinds of sessions, so please forgive me if I get lost in the sauce, and don't be afraid to ask me a question. My chat is right here, so I will see you. Just go, hey, hey, and I will speak to you and answer your question, so don't worry. If I seem unresponsive, I will be here. Yo, MXKZ. Welcome, welcome. I wasn't sure how I wanted to start this, so I figured I would just dive into it. But I do have my notes here. Some of these songs you will have heard before. Some of you may be less familiar with them, but most of these songs are actually 3 to 5 years old. And now I finally know what to do with them. So we're going to fix them. Yay! Yay! Okay. They're just a bit too long. Most of them are like half an hour long or more. And we're probably, for most of them, going to take like the first 15 minutes or so. The first thing I'm going to do, because we don't need any of these things, we are going to delete most of these tracks. We don't need them. I'm going to keep the kicks and stuff, because we might want to add a little swooshies in there for tidying up the ends. Cracky Kukeko, what's up? How are you? Miss Clarabelle, I finished 2 songs for Foam. I wanted to do 4, but only got 2. You made 2 things out of nothing. You made 2 songs out of, like, thin air. That's a win. The first time I did Foam, that's what happened to me. I only got 2 songs. So yeah, don't feel bad. I think some of those songs are actually on my earliest album. Working title. I think some of those are there. Yes, DJ Domtronics. We are actually going to be working on an album. Most of you, if you work in Ableton, are probably familiar with this view, the timeline view. I'm usually in session view, which is the performer section, I guess. You've made 0 songs today. Hey, it's never too late to get back into it. I may have trouble speaking. There's slight lag or latency on my microphone, but we should do pretty well. But if I sound weird, that's why. I don't usually sound like I have a lisp or anything. Yo, Captain Brian, what is up? Welcome back. We are in the different timeline view. I'm usually in this view, but today we're in this view. Whoa. What I haven't figured out with 12 is how to get this stuff in this view, because apparently you can. Maybe I just have to go to view. Maybe. Nope. That was dumb. Let me see. Mixer? Oh. Yes! There it is. Yes! Yay! You had to take a break from rest. Hey, we all need to take a break sometimes, right? So I gotta find what's the first song that I want to work on. Probably you know what? I have often opened with this song for my late night sessions. And so we're gonna go to House Melodic. This is where all my original doodads are in like progressive melodic. I don't actually write any. Well, you know what? I think one BU. This one. I think this one is like the only progressive slash melodic because I sing kind of, and there's a talking sample in it. I don't usually do talking samples, but this one's interesting. It was either that or start with Sundown and Vibe. Yeah. I think I actually have this one. Do I have it? I don't think so. There were a few of these songs that I actually just don't have anymore, and I wanted to make them shorter. Let me see. Daydreamer is not done. You know what? Let's take a look at Sundown and Vibe. Let me check on my computer and see if I have the actual projects. Oh my god! I have the original project! Holy shit! Okay, let me see if I can open it. I hope this doesn't break the computer, because then we could literally just finish it properly. Oh my, there's 2 different versions. What's the difference? 1 second. Oh no, wait. Yeah, mastering 2026 melodic album. We'll save this thing that I just made. Can you still hear me? Yes, you can. I keep forgetting this part. We don't need her. Oh my god, she exists! Can you guys see this? Yes, you can. So this is the original music journal that I did that I ended up calling Sundown and Vibe. I wrote it May 14th, 2021. So this song is like 5 years old now, and I'm just actually going to put it out. So it's at 120, but I want to raise the tempo. I'm not satisfied with it. I usually started at 124. So let's just have a little listen. Yes, there was echo because when I was first doing Twitch, I would put everything, all of my voice, through like just a standard talking track with no effects on it. Like I'm talking to you right now. And then I had like the effects stuff. I don't do that anymore. This track now has been like repurposed in my other sessions, my other templates to be for DJing. So yeah, here we have, so you can see it's like 30 minutes long. We're gonna make it shorter. I actually have this unedited exported version saved, and it's what you've heard. So here we go. Some of you recognize this. Wow. This instrument is called Clark's Revenge. What was I thinking? What? Sounds cool. I'm just glad my computer saved all of this and I didn't lose all of this work. So our assignment today is gonna just be to make this guy a bit shorter. How fast should we make it? You know what? fuck it. Make it 127. To me, this is like a perfect opener. Thank you, DJ Domtronics, passing the joint to the chat. That's what we like to see here in the wave pool. I'm so glad that gave you energy. I'm here for it. I'm like in 127. This is usually where I warp this song to when I do DJ sets and I want to start faster. I'll cue this up at 127 and we'll just... This? Or the name of the patch sound. I'm using a few pads. Oh, this is the push 2. Here, let me drop my mini gear list. If you ever want to, it's just gear in the chat. Please ignore the bottom part. I don't actually have a gear list in the chat, underneath my broadcast right now. I need to remake it. What is the Machine Mark III? Can you tell me more about that? Oh, so it's a Native Instruments thing. Okay, I'm not as familiar. I've just used MIDI pianos most of my life until I got this thing. This is the only loop launcher I've ever had. But the Machine is the closest comparison to this, you say? I'd be interested in checking that out. This guy's getting old. I may need to replace. This is probably the first thing I'll replace. It's doing alright still though. They build like quite a sturdy machine. I do baby it a lot. Now here we can see I didn't add any sort of mastering whatsoever. So we're gonna start with that. You barely use it? Khaki? I feel like the Push 2 is more compatible with softwares? I did not know that. Does it work with Logic or Fruity Loops? If anyone uses Fruity Loops, no judgment. I just don't think I would know what to do with it. Music lover! Welcome back, fam. Oh, by the way, before I get lost in the sauce, potentially, we have a timer going. It is going to be Bandcamp Friday in just 2.5 hours and change. And what does that mean? Well, it means that all day long on Friday, from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Pacific, West Coast, Bandcamp will not be taking a revenue share from any of the sales that we make that day. Instead, all of us artists get the money, which is pretty cool. And so I'll be putting everything at 50% off. And you can watch me do it on the computer right here. So in 2.5 hours, my entire discography on Bandcamp will be 50% off. Anybody who spends $10 or more at my store gets on the wall. This beautiful wall. Also, if you donate $10 or more, like this, the donations here, you will also get on the wall. Connor, what's up? Thank you so much for joining us today. I am working on this song for my album. We're gonna see how many songs I can get done this evening. Yeah. In fact, I may actually crack a Red Bull here soon. This song may not take as long to finish. There's a section here where it drops out and comes back in, and it sounds like really incredible. But before we get to that, we are gonna add multiband compression. You don't need it all the way. We're gonna turn that down a bit. We're gonna add remove mud. The last thing you want to do is add a dance master. Now we can really hear the bass. The other thing we can do is we are going to put bass mono on this guy. What is a cheer mode? In your chat, Clara, beside the happy face, there's a little like a party favor thing spewing out confetti. That's where the cheer modes are. You click on that and it will show you your options, but you need to buy bits in order to use them. Twitch has its own currency called bits, for those who are new. This is not just for Clara. This can help anyone. Twitch uses bits, and you can throw them at me, and you can buy them in little packs. You can buy them in like packs of 100. And then you can just like send them to me, and part of that revenue is what I get to take home every month. So it's another way that you can support cool streamers like me. Aside from subs. Subs mean a lot though. I will say this, because I'm in the DJ program, bits are not taxed as heavily as subs. So, we love bits here. So guys, I think I opened the wrong version of this one. There's another one that's supposed to have a kick drum, and it was supposed to come in a while ago. So I'm gonna stop that. And I'm actually open the other version of the project because there's a section missing. If it's missing in the other project, then we will just work with the WAV file that I originally exported. Oh, I'm actually save that with a different thing. We're gonna go 2.0. And we're gonna go and put it in a different one. We're going to open this other project and see if it has the right one. Oh no, I think we might have lost that track. But let me skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so for some reason I don't actually have that project, but never fear, we're gonna go back to the other one, mastering, and we're gonna use that one instead. Sorry guys, I thought we were gonna be able to edit that project, but challenge still accepted. We are going to get little sundown and vibe over here. Where is she at? House melodic, sundown and vibe. She is currently at 120. But we are going to, like I said, we are going to raise the BPM. And just like I've said in previous streams, the first 45 minutes are commercial free, muting all of those pesky ads for the first 45 minutes of the stream. Thank you once again for checking in. I appreciate all of y'all's support. Now this was the spot that I was talking about. There's supposed to be this little mini dropout, but then we go crazy. Whoa. And then it goes boom, 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 and then we go nuts. So what we're gonna do is line this up. This is originally at 120. I have properly labeled all of my stuff. Amazing, right? Amazing. All right. So we're going to come to the clip. You can see that. We are going to warp it. We are at 120, so we can just leave it warped. I just started right from the beginning, so when we zoom in here, I don't care about this. I know that everything started on beat 1 and it came in half a beat. You see that? Nice half a beat in there into the song. And I know that it lines up. So all we are going to do is make this song a bit shorter. I mean, it's already like it's a half-hour song, but I'm going to probably keep it on the longer side. Because I know a lot of you actually really enjoy that, the longer pieces. So, there. We are actually going to take... Oh, actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna leave these mofos here because I'll probably, what I'm thinking of doing is just at the opportune moment doing a nice live fade out or trickle out. Yo, Captain Brian. Jump into Rust score? What is Rust score? Oh yeah. Ah! Hey, if I'm a good luck charm, then fabulous. I just strive to make good vibes here, so maybe the fact that you know that there's always good vibes here, maybe you can find your groove. That's what I try to do here. Holy jumping, 955% wavy? What? What? That's crazy. Yes, I'm super wavy, even though I straightened my hair. It looked like crap, so I was like, okay. I had to walk super far today, which I really didn't mind, but it really messed up my hair because it was windy. Shocker. Wind messing up my hair? Yep. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we are gonna come right in here. You can see this guy's a bit on the quiet side, right? Well, we're just gonna up the gain right here. Look at that. Smexy right there. Now, we don't need all of this stuff on the master track. I'm going to take that and that off because I'm not performing today. We are going to keep this. This is my main sauce, I guess. We have multi-band compression, and I just use the preset. And I just have the amount at about 50 or so percent, depending on between 50 and 100 or 90 something percent, depending on what the song needs. Oh wow, I like that. I never imagined myself with wings, except for fairy wings. Those look nice. I'm glad you guys like the emotes. Did you guys see the new one? I made a new one. Yeah, I'll make it nice and big for you because there's no charge for me on my channel. I made a Mew emo. Mew is my favorite Pokemon. I don't have anything to adjust settings during, like, automatically during playback. I do everything manually. This is already a mostly finished track. This is just mastering. It's already been mixed. I like where everything is sitting. It doesn't need a post mix. We are just going to be making it shorter, and we are adding mastering on the master track. I mean, I guess we could take these and add them to this track and just export that. But like I was saying, maybe I have multi-band compression at 50%. We have remove mud with the gain way down because we don't need a lot. We have the dance master. Again, these are all presets. I don't really mess with them except for the gain. This one I'm leaving alone. This makes it sound really, really nice. You can really hear the bass. And the mastering patch peaks, again, 50%. Sir Snuffle, hello, what's up? So it looks like I'm trying to let the audio breathe in the EQ stuff. Yes, yes, less is usually more. It is my view that less is more. Yeah, these are all like permanent settings for the master track. This is a template actually that I made up in templates here. This is my stream default session, and I like it because it has everything I need. In fact, usually more than what I need, and I can just delete stuff that I don't need. Isn't that great? So for instance, we don't need this kick, we don't need that. Let me make that smaller, we don't need that. I'm talking and doing effects, so I'll keep that there for now. But we don't need that either. Yeah, I discovered the templates by accident. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. So I decided to do that. Now, we were gonna bump this bitch up to 127, so let's do that. 6, 7. And all we have to do is warp it. And because it's a wave file, and we have it on complex when we warp, we do not have a problem. Amazing. Alright. Now I have the volume way down. So let's bring it back up for a second so we can hear what it really sounds like. I'm gonna copy both of these, the mastering catch peaks and the limiter together. We're gonna copy them and we're gonna paste them right here. And now this thing will not peak, and we can have it at the utmost volume. I'm gonna have it at 0.9. I'm not gonna worry about it because we upped the gain by quite a bit, by 2.5 decibels. It was very quiet. I do this when I perform it. This is what I do with the song when I'm performing live. So now it will sound the same, except better because it's being directly exported as a wave file. So I'm taking a wave file and I'm just making it faster and making it a little punchier. And I think this is all this guy really needs. What do you think, Chad? All we gotta do is make her shorter now. I'm probably thinking no more than 15 minutes. I think it's okay if it's a longer song. So I'm gonna come ahead. This is that little section I'm talking about. What is Daily Wings? I already did mine, so I can't really show you, but once a stream, you can take a Red Bull chug. It's a virtual Red Bull chug because I like Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings, so it's a bit of a joke. Yeah, it's just a daily, like, one time per stream. It's a way to check in. Especially if you don't want to check in on the globe. That's fine. It's just a fun way to use your points, but then still be able to save up your points, because they're not very expensive at all. Whisper, what's up, hon? How are you? Yeah, we have a few fun things to do here. I'm gonna make more meters as I think of them. We have a wavy meter, which I showed you. Where's my other meters? %? Are you kidding me? Re-roll that. Oh my god. Sheesh. You doing Fortnite? Sometimes we just call to it. You have 451 points. Yeah, see, that's why I make stuff cheap, because I never know how much or how little points people have. If I know how many points everybody has, that might make it easier for me to, like, calibrate stuff a little better. A couple of my higher tier, upper echelon redeems are going to stay the way they are, just because a couple of my mods, mostly Nexi, has, like, so many points that he'd be able to redeem it like any time, and it would be really inconvenient. So I make it really expensive, mostly because of him. Sorry. Oh, you like going into the Daft Punk world? That must be nice. So this section with the beat drop here that we just heard, this I have to keep. It's like my favorite part of the song. But I'm thinking I'll start to bring it down and around here. Trust, this is still gonna be a kind of a long song, but there's too many good things that I like keeping. And I've already upped the tempo to 127. But it's made a significant dent in the time. I think this is a much better pace for the song, just as a song. And on an album, I think this is a much better dancey, groovier pace. Let's see, let me skip ahead a little bit. Ah, this sounds like a coming down part. This is a great opener. If you're also a DJ like me, I recommend this song as an opener, an opening track to your set. Maybe like your first or second song. It might also make a good closer too, depending on how your night goes. Or maybe it's a nice breather track for you. Any of these designations I would recommend. Perhaps like a shimmer. Exactly. I really, really like your analogy, Whisper. Groovy and fragmented, perhaps like a whisper. Sorry. Oh my god. Getting turned around. Words, what are they? How do they work? groovy and fragmented, perhaps like a shimmer. I'm not the most well-spoken person in the room, but when I am, flibbity-dibbity-doo. Alright, so I think here might be a good place to actually fade this song out. It's usually sometime after this beat drop that I usually transition into the next song. Maybe like that whirling. Yeah, I think around here. So you know what? Let's add a frickin' locator. Start fade. I mean, start fade out. Yeah, probably in and around here. Here. Okay. So I'm going to be doing some sculpting because it's much easier because it needs to stay. So we are going to stop the song. Just going to fade it out instead of abruptly. I don't want to do just like a fade out like that for the song because I'm just like, that's a cop out. It deserves like a nice, cool, like shimmery ending. I'm inspired by what Whisper said. Yo! Mama, and welcome to the wave pool. How are you? No, I mean like fade out the track. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fading it to the left or the right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this fade out tool, and it like dances stuff. It already auto pans things. It's built into this. So I will be doing that. We need to shorten the song though, man. This is a really small window. I'm like really having trouble with it. Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to use that kind of space for it then. Alright. I'm still getting used to that view. No, that's not what I meant to do either. Great, how do I get out of that? Device view. Oh no. What have I done? What have I ruined now? I don't know this view at all. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. Can I move this part? No? That's really weird. I've never seen that before. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. That was quite interesting, but I don't think I liked that. Sorry. I don't usually get that turned around, but I'm not used to the mixer part being here. Also, we have just about 2 hours before Bandcamp Friday starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm like literally just going to make it shorter like this. Let's expand it to like 15. I guess 15 minutes is fine. It's plenty. Where's the drop? The drop is here. Yeah, let's make it 15 minutes. And then what we're going to do is show the automation. And I'm going to go to fade. And I'm going to show the automation. And then we are going to sculpt our way to the end of the song. So we're going to make some breakpoints here. About 4 of them. And then we are going to erase them. Oh, hey, where'd they go? Come on. Okay, I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm not sure why it keeps on leaving that. I have no idea why this is happening. I've never had this kind of trouble with it before. Alright, so we want to fade it out. Come on, what is going on with this thing? Every time I want to click on it, it like, did you guys see that? It keeps on like leaving on me. I don't understand. It's not letting me move my stuff over where I need it to at the moment. Oh, it's because I deleted some tracks. You know what? Let me duplicate some of them again. Nope. It's still doing it to me. Oh, come on. I guess it's because I have something in timeline view. It doesn't want to do that, but it keeps on messing with my thing. We're gonna have to actually get rid of this view. Hold on a second, guys. I was not expecting to have this much trouble on just like working on a song. I usually don't. I was not expecting that. Very annoying. But we're actually not going to use this view because I think that's what's messing with it. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what was messing with it. Okay. I'm also going to come up to the high pass, and we are going to figure out a spot to up the high pass. Whisper, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. You don't think it's the program trying to fix itself that I said I added? No, I haven't added a program. Everything that I'm using here in Ableton comes with the program. Oh, nice, Clara. You don't have to tell me every time. Unless you want to. Okay. I need to figure out where I want to start fading this track out. need to back it up a little bit. I needed to find the beginning of the phrase so that I know when to actually kick it up. No, I didn't add a program. I was talking about this fade thing right here. This dial right here. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, everything that I use either already comes with Ableton or I made a custom rack like this in Ableton itself. So everything is native to Ableton. And I decided to do that to challenge myself to just use the stuff I'm licensed to use. There's very few like sound packs that I buy, and I don't think I'm gonna be buying any more. No. I would rather like, you know, use what I have a license to make music with. There, right there. That's where we're gonna kick it up. So we're gonna come to the high pass. It's at nothing right now. So we are gonna boop a little snoot there. And another one. We're gonna back this up a little bit. No, we're gonna zoom in. And we are going to take that guy and move it over here. Sometimes we need to do a little bit more delicate work. And it's going to stay like that. We're going to probably just incrementally kick it up a little bit more. So this is what it's going to sound like. Ta-da! Yes, I did sing on this song. We're gonna save that. It is now saved. So yeah, I would do this in real life, but this is so much easier for dealing with something here. Instead of doing a bunch of recording automation, it's actually not as practical a thing to do here in post-production land. So sometimes a song just requires a little bit of sculpting. But this technique here that you're seeing, I would do when I'm performing a DJ set. If I'm getting ready to cue in the next track, I would bump up the high pass just like so. But it just wouldn't be written. I would just be doing it live. This is like basically sculpting a recording. Because you saw it did it. It plays it just like how I've set it up. So One more time for kicks. And that will be probably the opener for the album. And we got it to less than 15 minutes. Oh, just over. Unfortunately, just over 15 minutes. I hope that's okay with everybody. Hope that's okay. Now, I'm not going to do any exporting here. Probably just open another track. So that ends that one. I think I'm going to actually rename this one. Let's rename this save. I've set as Sundown and Vibe Mastering. There we go. There. So now I can just open another. I should just be able to open another one and be good to go. And I will export that at the after stream. I can't export. I'm scared to export stuff like while streaming because that takes a lot of power. It would probably crash the stream. So we're not going to do that. But it is saved. And I can now open a different set. I can just do that, right? Yay! Okay. There we go. Okay, so I am going to put on a little song and take a small break, and I'm going to come back and work on another song. While I am gone, I'm going to play for you a little dreamy beatscape. One of the other projects that I want to work on this year. And this one is a single and is already out. It's called Acai. It's a beautiful little track. So I'm going to go on a very short little pause. I need to eat a little something. But I will be back shortly and we will edit at least another track before Bandcamp Friday happens. And for Bandcamp Friday, it will be 50% off my entire discography. So get ready for that. If you've been dying to own my entire catalog, now is your chance to get it at a significant discount. But you gotta wait until the timer runs out. Why? Because on Bandcamp Friday, for those who don't know, Bandcamp usually takes a revenue share, about 15%. But on Bandcamp Fridays, they do not take one. All the money that you spend goes to the wonderful artists like myself. Hence why I'm promoting it, because then you know that all of that money that you want to use to support me is actually going to me instead of going to a corporation. I will be right back. So this is Twitches. My hubby got them for me at the store. I just saw it there on the rack and there was like, I love it so much. And he was like, it's not expensive, I'll get it for you. I was like, yay, happy spring, I love it. So I decided to make a redeem command, mostly to hug this lovely little guy. But every redemption afterwards, I will hug a larger plushie in my collection. But this one is obviously the springtime special plushie. I absolutely love plushies. I've always loved them. I've never grown out of them. I don't care. I'll be a kid forever. So sue me. But I absolutely love the sparkly blue ears and eyes and obviously the cotton candy body. And how can you say no to the cheeky shoes? Come on. So soft. They sit right here. All right, we have about an hour and a half until the end of the world. Hardy har har. I'm just kidding. Alright, for this next part, I'm gonna get my wings for real. It's blue. Probably my favorite flavor, June berry. So good, so refreshing and lively. That one, the pink edition, the one that's called wild berries, and also the coconut berry, the white one. Those three, absolutely yum. They need to make a violet version. They need to make like an ultraviolet edition for like summer or something, for like summer festival season. I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to Asai. Clara, I'm so glad that you enjoy all the new emotes. We got showered with love last week. A wonderful benefactor and patron of the arts, who is also an author of 95 published books. Crazy, crazy. They showered us with love. And we ended up with over 200 subs. And obviously that unlocked more emote slots, meaning more get added to the collection. I still have more to make. I have 3 slots available for animated and 3 more slots for standard. So I have a total of 6 more emotes that I have to come up with. That one's my new favorite. The Mew spin. It's my favorite Pokemon. When I was first watching the show, Pikachu was obviously my favorite. But then when I saw Pokemon the first movie, everything changed. Because we found out the history of Mew. I won't give it away. But you find out the history of Mew, and it was through finding that out that made me a huge fan of that creature. And now, whenever I do the stream avatars, I pick Mew. So, Mew is my favorite Pokemon. Forever now. Thank you so much for listening to Asai. This is... Oh, do you hear that? Boom! That was Lewis. He played a note. So, Lewis had a cameo in this song. I think that was really cool. what song shall I work on next? Oh boy. So Sundown and Vibe is done. Done like dinner. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave this darn thing the way that it is. There's no reason. There's no reason to keep it like that. So we are gonna come over to here. We're gonna stop the music. We're gonna make all of these guys tiny because we don't need them. We even make my girl small. We don't need that guy, but we're gonna use this guy. Yeah. We're gonna make it that. Let's see, which song shall we do next? Well, I had talked about Be You. So why don't we figure that one out and get that one done? Because this one is quite long. And we're also going to warp it considerably because it's only at 116 BPM. It was written a little bit before I felt comfortable writing consistently above 120 BPM. Nowadays, I can go as high as 130 as long as it's a breakbeat thing. Or if I may do it a bit slower first. So you can see this song is like nearly an hour long. Well, it's not going to be an hour long. I can tell you. It's not going to be. We are going to cinch it up. Oh, and we're going to have it at the tempo that it needs to be at. We're going to warp it. Now, the two of them match. And now we can go to plaid. We're going to bring her up to 124. Let's hear how this sounds. This one sounds a little bit more progressive house, I think. Personally. But what do you think? I think this album is mostly going to be like deep melodic house and techno. Like mellower melodic house and more brooding melodic techno, because some of it I sing on and some of it I just use my voice. Well, there's the 15-minute mark. Randy McBoom, how are you, honey? Nice to see you. What is going on? We are editing tracks, putting finishing touches, mostly making songs shorter. I might actually move the beginning of this song somewhere else. But let's check it out. That's a 15-minute mark. Maybe. Yeah. So let's see. Maybe we do it like up top, where we pop up the high and lows a little bit, and it starts a little quieter and then go boom, and then drops the beat. Maybe we do it that way. So let's listen to it from the beginning, and I'm going to make a little marker to where I want to actually start it. Because here's the section in question that I know I want to keep, because it is the section where I do the little talking sample. Hi Lewis. How are you? This is the big baby. What's up? Oh, he's here. Yeah, see? Progressive house. He knows this beat anywhere. This beat literally summoned my fucking cat. Wow. Good job, Lewis. I like this intro. But it is a little bit long. get a locator and I'll just move it to where I need it. Ooh, that sounds important. Okay, so we're gonna cut a minute off. Seems like a good tempo for this song. 124. It doesn't even sound fast. Like, what the shit? Yo. Lord Pettyman has arrived on the scene. What is up? We are working on my next album. Thank you so much for joining us. The kitty is here. You see the tail? Lewis is here with us, chillin'. This is the one more progressive house track on the album, so it literally summoned Lewis. I'm not kidding. He is obsessed as me with progressive house. This is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. That was nice. Yes, the kitty is right here. Wow. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Wow. I like this frickin' tempo. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna deal with this section here, because it's almost like in the middle of the song, but I'm gonna have to cut a lot of this stuff off. I'm gonna have to cut up at least a minute. That's why I have this marker here. Oh, sick. Right on bar 37. So I'm thinking of starting and kicking it up a little bit, having the high pass on like that. Okay, let's go back to the game. It gives enough. That's not enough of an intro. Stuff comes in like way too fast. Damn. There's another way to do this. Shh. I know it lines up perfectly. So what I could do is to hell with this bitch. Start it from the beginning. And then halfway through when it comes over to this section, at bar 225, let's put a marker there instead. We're gonna draw that out. So what I want to do, I'm going to change the color of this so that you're not confused. I want blue. Come on, blue, damn it. Sheesh. Okay. So we're listening to the bottom one. What we gotta do is find a way to get this section in sooner. So what we gotta do is kick this guy up into the high pass at some point. And then this other one comes in closer to where this guy needs to start. And probably around this mark. And I'll show you why if we come forward here. This is a very pivotal moment. This is the build-up section. Very trance-like. Very euphoric trance inspired. You can see the drop is like right over here. I do this little talking sample over here in this section before the beat comes in. And I want to make sure that I keep this part because it's the heart of the song. But we need to move it sooner because it happens way too late. And I really like how this song starts. So we're going to take this section, we're going to chop it right here, I think. Ooh. Actually. Let's check this out. That's a nice place because it has a crash cymbal right there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this guy because it's exactly the same. Right on the beat. Look at that. Look at that. Right on the beat for us. Oh my god. So we're going to split this guy. I'm not freaking kidding. We just split it. Oh my god. I'm gonna delete it. I just deleted it. Oh my god. And we're gonna move that there. Do you see what I did? Okay. I didn't want to just like abruptly blast your ears with nothing. So we are going to come back here. And this is going to be a different song because it was so long. I had to do this with one of my songs called Luna Glow, where I had to make it significantly shorter. And this is how I went about it. And obviously we are not going to be using all of this either. So we're going to bring that back to here. That's going to line up there. Let's put this guy right there. So what'll happen is this guy down here will get faded out as this one takes over. And then from there, we just shorten it to what we need. Now it's still happening late in the song, so let's move it back. Let's move it back. How much farther back do we want it? Let's see. That's 4 minutes. Probably 4 minutes is plenty, right? So, bar 129. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. And then that'll get faded out. And then we'll go up to here. Yeah. And then it'll just be over 10 minutes. You see that? Blast. And then it comes back into a soft section that we can trim out. So there is the rough-in for what we are going to do. So let's take a gander here. I'm going to keep the volume down until I need to actually mess with it. Oh no. Okay, so that's where it needed to come in. Okay. Let me hear that part again. All right. Now, how seamless of a transition is that? Because it has a smash here, a little splash cymbal. Oops, I need to make the volume the same. Hello, dummy. All right. Gotta have the same volume to make sure that it's working. I'll put the volume back up to 0 before I export, don't worry. Okay, moment of truth. Well, that works. Nope, that's right on the beat. That is not slightly out at all. That is right on the beat. This song has been warped perfectly. What I can do to make it even more seamless is add a little bit of a cymbal crash there. Let's see. I didn't change anything. I literally did not change anything. MX, KZ, I changed nothing. I literally changed nothing. Yeah, I didn't change anything from last listen to that past listen. Nothing has changed. Nothing. Yeah, I think that was a Twitch buffer at a bad time, because that was literally seamless. I've checked it now 3 times. It is to me, it has sounded the exact same way 3 times in a row. So I think that's actually gonna work, guys. Ooh, BU. Now this I would call a post mix. Post mix. Master 2026, because that's what year it is. All right, saved. And then we come to the heart of the song. Yeah. I might add a cymbal crash here, but let's actually finish the song here.
This is the only life that you'll ever have.
Oh, perfect. Will follow. I need to find the beat one. Okay, so it comes to
you are unique. Just be you and everything else.
Two, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3.
This is the only life that you'll ever have. There will never be another you. You are unique. Just be you and everything else.
So right here, we are going to do the fade. We're going to start fading. I'm going to put it right here. And same deal as before. This is a particularly nice song to do it on because it's already set up to do it, you know? So here we go.
Just be you, and everything else will follow.
Ambient, how are you? What's up? You had a gig? Congratulations. Cheers to you. And there is another song finished. 12 minutes, ultra extended mix. I only do extended mixes, sorry. If you want a short mix, too bad. A lot of you like longer form stuff anyway, I've been told. So now, stuff looks like that. Can't really see it. There. All right, let's make sure these guys are still lined up. They are. It does suit prog. That's what I'm realizing. I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna mind. Especially because I literally shortened it by so much, and now the pacing is actually like really, really nice. So let's hear this guy. One more time. I didn't even notice. What the fuck? Yay! Lewis knocked some things down off of the desk. It's okay. Everything's fine. Nothing's broken. Only slightly naughty. Not very naughty. MXKZ, that's a good point. And see, once it's exported, you won't really notice. I've done this with a few of my tracks that were just too long, and I honestly can't notice anymore either. Yeah, this is perfect because then this beautiful section is at truly the heart, right in the middle of the song. And that was originally what I wanted, but I just took too long to get my loops started. But this works perfectly. I'm so jazzed about this. This was easier than I thought it was going to be. I'm not kidding. The last song was frickin' harder. What? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for chilling with me while I work on music. It is saved. Don't worry, I saved it. I save all my work very frequently. I've lost so many things, so many projects over the years that I go crazy on that stuff now.
This is the only life that you will ever have. There will never be another you again. You are unique. Just be you, and everything else will follow.
Absolutely, there should be.
Just be
saved. Excellent. This one is so ready. Another one. That's 2. Done. And we still have just under an hour before Bandcamp Friday starts. What else shall we try to get done today? Let me see. Future Oasis is done. That guy's Dunsky. Hyperreal is done. 5 a.m. I need to make shorter and bump it up in tempo. Some of these songs I may keep like the whole thing, but just make it shorter. You know, I don't even know how to do that Dolby Atmos stuff. I honestly, I tried listening to it in my headphones, and honestly, I didn't really like the experience. I'm just like, you're just gonna like undo all the work that the artist did to make it already sound like it's going around your head. Like I already pseudo do surround sound. I have all of my like kicks and, well, not the kick drum, but like the percussion and stuff. I have it set to like be able to go around the head and things like that. I thought that stuff was for headphones though. I guess it's more meant for like home speakers, perhaps. Like if it is, then why is it available on a phone? That's what I don't understand. Then again, that was an Android phone. Maybe that wasn't what they meant to do. I don't know. But anyway, this song is done now. Hi, baby. Hi, Lewis. What is up, honey? Okay. So, BU is done. Wow, so many dones. Oh, my other one, To the Stars. That one's done. You guys have heard it before. See, which other one should I do? Oh, wait, I think Hypno. Oh, yeah, let's do Hypno Drive. That one's a quick and fast one. Let me see. Let's go back to the templates and open a fresh guy. So they mostly made that stuff for cinema? Okay. That's interesting. That's probably why I don't like it. It's okay. All right, next. This next one, I probably won't need any of this stuff, but we are going to just minimize it. Apologies for the oncoming ad break that you may have to sit through. I'm sorry. Spoken like a true motherfucking Canadian. We're gonna keep all this stuff the way that it is. I'm gonna do that and that. We're gonna copy that and put it on here so that we have the limiting. And we're gonna make that one the same. Lewis, stop knocking stuff off of the desk. Sorry. He knocked the spray bottle off of the desk. Brat. It's okay. We love Lewis. So we are going to go find one of my other songs. It's like a progressive techno. Where's my Hypno Drive? Here it is. Oh God, it was only at 120? Well, bust my buttons. This one definitely is going to be faster. So we're going to pretend it's a DJ set. Oh good, I don't even have to do anything. This is awesome. This one, all we're going to do is make it shorter. That's it. I'm not kidding. Because, wait, if I unwhip it, it's already just 8 minutes. But it's too short. It's too slow, unfortunately. So we are going to make it faster to fit in with the rest of the vibe of the album. Yay. Alrighty, let's go and get that there. Alright. So now it is at 120. Let's bump it up to 124. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. $125? Oh yeah, I did say 125, didn't I? I did. It's even in my notes. I thought 124 seemed kind of slow. This one actually features piano. Nice and experimental. This is like a breakbeat kind of tune. A bit more brooding. There's a balance of darker and lighter selections on this album. As I'm sure you've already noticed, this is one of those darker tunes. Actually, no, I don't, because it's too big. It takes up too much space on my computer, so I don't have it. I downloaded it. But it was way too big a sample pack to keep on my computer. It had to go. I didn't use it enough. So no, I don't use it. Mostly for space. And also, I'm like much more into modern, like stuff that blends orchestra like strings but makes them sound a bit more futuristic. I like taking like a synth pad and adding a little bit and playing it live and giving it that organic feeling, even if it's synthetic. That's something that I've been messing with since I was like a teenager, so I really like where it's gone. I can't even remember what instruments I used to make this song. It's a mystery. Wampa Stompa, what's going on? Fam, how are you? Are you having a good day? Oh, you're going to bed? Well, all I'm doing with this song, because it's already the length that I like, it's not a crazy long song. It was just a bit too short. Or slow. I keep on saying that wrong. This song was originally recorded at 120 BPM, but because it's a breakbeat song, it's a bit slow for that, don't you think? It's at 125 now. I warped it. I warped a very high quality wave file. And so I have just made it 5 BPM faster. How about that? When I warp tracks, and if you want to do this too, I highly I mean it. I mean it now. I highly recommend using Complex. Don't bother with Complex Pro. It doesn't really do anything. But Complex is plenty for anything that you want to do. I'm not quite sure I understand your question. Can we talk about Linkin Park? In what way? As long as it still follows the chat rules. You know, we tend to keep things very positive here. Yeah, we don't do politics, religion, or heavy topics, or any drama. You know, we're here to vibe, you know? This isn't an emotional dumping place either. This is not a therapy session. You know, we're here to vibe out and have a good time. You know? This space is to forget about all of that. Intentionally. It is to intentionally take a break from all of that stuff and have, you know, a nice time of peace and just good vibes. And, you know, especially these days, I think that's very important to have spaces that are like that. You know, we have so many spaces already that are dedicated to debates and to religion and politics, and they are well established. And, you know, there's already enough of those places, but we don't have enough places that are like this, you know? That keep the positive attitude. So that's why we have that rule there. Sorry, I have an auto mod thing set up for people who are rude, but if it's in a context that is not rude, obviously it will get approved. Yeah, the rules are to make sure that we can all have fun and not be focusing on drama, because that just tends to bring the mood down, and that's not the purpose of this stream. There are many streams out there that are dedicated to heated debates. I'm not opposed to those existing. I just don't want that here on my channel. I approved it. It's because there is something in it that in another context would be considered rude. Some people will try to commandeer the stream, and so I have a couple of auto mod things in place. But if it's obviously you're saying something fine in the context, then I will approve it. I approved your comment because it was fine. But sometimes auto mod will temporarily hold comments. Again, that's just to keep this place a nice and friendly place for everyone. Thank you very much for understanding. That's all we needed to do with this song. It just needed to be at 125. This song is officially finished. Well, I have to export it, but... So... This is called Hypno Drive, Mastering 2026. Ableton, save. Alright, so that guy is done. We still have 44 minutes left until Bandcamp Friday. This will probably be a shorter stream. I'll go for as long as I feel like going for. But honestly, working on music like this, it takes a lot more out of me than I'm usually expecting. So I may not get my whole album finished, but I'm going to get as much done as I feel comfortable doing. And then tomorrow, I know I don't normally stream on Fridays, but I will very likely be on to do a nice progressive melodic set for you guys. Probably had some breakbeat too. And then I'll also be back on Saturday. because that's also when we have big party and play more of all of the genres. I am working on a genre wheel. I don't know if you guys do that kind of thing, but I really like the idea of having a genre wheel because I do have a few subgenres of dance music that I do. And I really want to share those smaller folders, and I think they'd be better suited for a wheel spin, because then we can have like a power hour of a certain genre and then go back to regular schedule programming or do another wheel spin if you guys prefer. But that's something that I'm working on. Alrighty, Hypno Drive, Tomato, call it whatever you want. Alright, that one is also done. Let's see. Oh, I had notes on this bitch too. Golden Hour. We gotta go find Golden Hour. Lewis, get your face out of the ashtray. What is your problem? Meh. Meh. You gonna talk for us, Lewis? Lewis, are you gonna talk for us, buddy? You got something to say? He doesn't speak much. But when he does, when I come into the room after I've been sleeping, he's usually quite talkative. But right now, I think he really wants to just chill. Aww. He just wants to chill and lie down beside me while I'm working. It's like his favorite thing to do. Perry, I think you had something to do with that. Again, thank you. This one, the one before it, and this one and two more are courtesy of you, Perry. Thank you so much for the $10 and supplying me with more Red Bull. Thank you so much. Fueling the creativity. So, Golden Hour. Let's take a dive into it. It gave me a note saying to fade it out around the 12-minute mark. So let's go find that 12-minute mark and find out, shall we? Now, you guys will have definitely heard this song before. Nexie. What's up, boo? Does this thing work? Yes. Thank you so much for the resub. Yeah. Thank you. You live here, though. You get to see it happen all the time. Thank you so much for the resub. All right. We are going to work on Golden Hour. And I find it interesting that I labeled it my folder here as House Melodic, because I don't really write a lot of progressive house yet, except for that one that we were working on called BU with my little talking sample. But this other one, Golden Hour, I really like this one. It's also a fairly good opener. But you can also use this one if you're a DJ and you're considering tracks like mine, and you're watching and you're like, hey, I really like your stuff. I'd like, I'd hit that. I'd spin that. This would be a really good opening track. Or a nice breather track mid-set, especially if you're going long, like I tend to do. I never thought I'd say that. Yes, that is Lewis's tail. I am preventing him from whacking buttons with it, because he fucking will. I'm serious about that. He has done that on stream. It's really cute. But he's also a little bit of a dick about it too. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is at 122, so let's put it at 122. Do we leave it at 122 or nah? Did I leave this one the way it was? I'm gonna pretend to warp it for a second. I want to see if it is properly in time or not. Yep, cinching it up that one little, this much. Oh, I have to wait until it does the downbeat for me to know. But it should be. Yeah, that's right on the line. Look, 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 look. Look. Oh, it's not quite. It's not quite. Okay. That means we gotta fix it. We gotta move it over just a little bit. Okay, so that means we need to cinch it up right there. And then we can just warp it again. Now when we come over here, it should, look at that. Oh no, it still didn't line up. What the hell? Maybe lining it up from the beginning is better. Maybe we back it up just a little bit. Does that work? Sometimes trial and error is helpful after all. Let's see. Almost. How far away do I need to move it? Right to the beginning of that, I think. Yeah, let's try that again. This is sometimes what I have to do when I'm live streaming, because I can't hear. I don't have a cue button. Yeah, I only want to like do this properly so that it warps on the beat. I just want to make it faster and then fade it out. Maybe this is one of those ones I have to leave alone. It's so odd. Maybe I just like leave it from the beginning. You know what? I'll have a listen to it. Let's listen to it anyway. We're just gonna listen until this section where the beat actually drops. But I'm gonna have to wait. Only 34 minutes and change until Bandcamp Friday starts. Bandcamp is located on the West Coast, so they start Bandcamp Friday at the stroke of their midnight. So for me, that's 2 a.m. I'd say that's right on the beat. That's probably as good as I can get it. All right then. Definitely the right tempo. I guess this is melodic house. I don't know. Yo, Dabby Juice. How are you? Welcome back. I am working on my next album. I think this is the 4th track that I'm working on today. We are going to add these things on top of this. Gonna have that at 50. I'm gonna change this one as well to 50. We're gonna save that. This is Golden Hour Master 2026. So I definitely want this faster. How much faster? We definitely did not need that remove mud at all. Sometimes it's not necessary, so I can just turn it off. This song is actually mostly mastered already. We're going to keep the dance master and the multi-band compression on though. Now I've upped this thing up to 130 and it does not feel too fast. Yeah, maybe we'll make it a little bit slower. $127. Now there's that. When does it come in again? Does it come in again? It frickin' better come in again, damn it. The downbeat, I mean. Right here. Yep. Oh yeah, I set the 12-minute mark anyway. Alright, so that's gonna happen. That's right, because it turned into like another song and I didn't like where it went. Chim Dip! Happy Friday! Yeah, how are you? I am working on an album. Okay, so I should fade it out. Sorry for the abrupt ending. But I'm actually going to fade it out sooner than that. There's no reason to it because the idea was already done. So yeah, maybe that's where it should fade out again. So yeah, we're not going to bring it back in. This one's also going to be a bit of a shorter piece. There. Okay. We're going to actually start fading it out from there. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to select the fade. And I am going to go show automation. And we are going to come over here and place a dot and a dot right before. And we're going to go up and away. Ha 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 ha. Oh wait, that's, well, okay, we'll get that started. I actually need to move it because it's not quite the end yet. We need to do the high pass, which will also start here and here and here. And we'll go up, and we'll go up. Let's listen. Yeah, you just at somebody to pass it. Like pass, spacebar, at, pick a name. Okay. Me trying to put that in another window was too confusing. So we're going to do it this way. We are going to do this and this, and we're going to go. I'm going to come over to the high pass. We're going to go up a bit more like that. And let me see. And the fade. There. All right, let's hear that. Bucket and book it, man. $621. 21. I think that is a great way to end this piece. Saving it. Wow, this is like way easier for me to do than I thought. 899. Pinning that. That is an excellent high score. Get high scores. Quote Captain Brian. Plinner, how are you doing? How is everybody doing in the chat? shout out to you. Just in case you didn't hear this from anyone yet today or tonight, you are amazing. You are appreciated. Remember, you are loved more than you know. For anybody that's not reading the chat, that was what I just put in the chat. Also, shout out to the lurkers. We love all the lurkers. Keep doing your thing. Thank you for chilling with us. It is a pleasure to share my music with you. This VOD will actually be available to all my Twitch subscribers and my paid tiers on other platforms as early access before it is released to the public when I release the album. So if you are one of the lucky people to watch this, you get lucky. And if you are a sub, it's even luckier for you because you'll get to have this and download it for your very own as part of your subscription. Kitty! Lewis! Lewis! Stop sticking your butt in the camera. Brr. That's Lewis. He has his own emotes. There be the emote. He is super cute. He is a year and some odd months, year and 11 months almost. He'll be 2 next month. Saul, my other cat, who also has an emote, he will be 4. That's the other kitty boo. Hanging out in the other part of the house. Hi, you. Hi, Lou. Mwah. Stretchy. Good boy. All right, so that one's done. Can I finish another one in 15 minutes? I don't know. But gosh darn it, I'm going to try. All right. That one is finished. I've saved it to Kingdom Come. We are going to open another default session. Yay! And again, we are going to minimize all of these tracks. We don't need that one, but we need this one. All right, so we finished Golden Hour. Wow, that's a lot of them. Oh yeah, Bright Midnight needs to be finished. The spaces in between. And Daydreamer. Oh yeah, Daydreamer is the other one. So you know what? Let's see, because Daydreamer probably also up the tempo of that one. So let's go fetch her. Let's go fetch her. This one. And this one was at 120. I know exactly where to cinch this gap right there. And we are also going to up this one. Do I usually put it at 124, 25? Let's put it at 126. And let's hear this. Can you tell I love this song? Yep, 126. So for this song, obviously I'm just gonna make it shorter. It already has a nice dip out section over here. It's just... This is usually the part that you hear if I put it in a set. I've teased this song many, many times on my show. It's finally time for her to get her flowers. So let's come to the end. Nice bass line. We don't need the remove mud. I already did it in the original recording of this song. It literally made no difference at all whatsoever. We're gonna show the automation here. We're gonna actually bring the low pass in. Show automation. I think there's a better way to end this song instead of ending it exactly this, each song exactly the same. You need to back up a little bit. takes a little bit of setup. You gotta be a little patient, dude. I'm jumping around a bit and adding stuff in real time while it's still playing. So you caught it when it was like right in the middle. I put a rough in there first, and then I smooth everything out. So that's what you're seeing me do. It has to be a little abrupt at first so I can smooth it out. Calibrating the ending here. I've actually done this type of ending so many times. It's nice when I can give it like a nice ending. I like it when I can just fiddle it out into nothing. I think that will suit us nicely. So now, where did I put there? Alright, we're gonna cinch that up to there and there. I'm just gonna test the ending here so I know exactly where to draw it. Oh, you know what? That's right on a bar line. So we'll just drag that over like that. Give it a little bit more time to fade out. Easy does it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes till Bankin' Friday, and I finished another song in 15 minutes. Can you believe it? Actually, I can. It is saved. That is wicked. Yeah, this is a song that many of you have heard before. We're gonna save this guy one more time. 1 minute till Bankin' Friday. Thank you so much, everybody, for chilling with me. I can cross this one off of the list now. Daydreamer is now done. Dion, done. Alright, Sundown Vibe, done. Golden Hour, done. Hypnodrive, done. Hyperreal, done. Daydreamer, done. BU, done. Future Oasis, done. To the Stars, done. And those are the ones that are all done. Still to do. Oh, Spiral. I think I want to just make it faster. So that's like most of the albums actually done. We still have Bright Midnight. I'm thinking about the spaces in between. That might actually be a good one. You guys haven't heard that one. I may not keep it. It's a maybe. But you know what? Not including that. Bright Midnight, 5 a.m. I might save There Is No Time. Hey! Bandcamp Friday is here, everybody. If you want to support independent artists on Bandcamp, today is the best day to do that because Bandcamp will not be taking their normal revenue share of 15%, and instead that 15% goes to the artists like myself and like all the other artists on the platform. Anyone who spends $10 or more at my Bandcamp store will automatically get on the wall, which I think is awesome. And also, if you just simply donate $10 or more, like Lord Ferryman did last time, then you also get on the wall. I believe also a tier 3. Let me do the wall. Wait. All right, I'm just going to read this to anybody that's not reading the chat. Here is the promo thing. Get featured on the stream wall. Supporters who sub at tier 3, gift 10 or more subs, donate $10 or more, or spend $10 or more on my Bandcamp store will have their name displayed on the stream wall for the entire month. It resets monthly. Thank you to everybody that supports my career. If you want to check it out, I have I've repinned it actually. I forgot to pin it for the whole stream, but all of the pin chat that says discover all of my official releases, that is where we're going. If you want to support me, you don't have to support me. Any artists that you follow on Bandcamp also have this promotion running. It is for all Bandcamp artists, independent or otherwise. This is technically a fundraiser, but it's a fundraiser for us artists, and it's a way that Bandcamp gives back. They started it during the pandemic, and they have kept doing it ever since, and we are all incredibly grateful for it. I wish they would do Bandcamp Friday every Friday, but that's neither here nor there. So. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Yo! I think that was Perry. I think they just bought my entire discography, guys. Perry, you're already on the wall. Yeah, that's definitely you. Oh my God, no wonder you said BRP. Thank you so much. Lord Perryman, since you were already on the wall. Here, hold on a second. Everybody. They are already on the wall, so we display the name right up close. Thank you so much once again, Lord Perryman, for your contributions. Thank you so much for supporting my career. You are obviously staying on the board for the entire month. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just know that Bandcamp made nothing. They made zero from that sale. They make $0. They make zero. Nothing. They will lose money today. But it's because we will end up staying as users of their platform. So I really appreciate you guys. Shall we do one more song before I leave for the evening? Since this is a shorter stream, I will, unless something crazy happens, I would like to try to stream on Friday and on Saturday, if possible. All I'll need to do is go find some new tracks for us to sink our teeth into. That'll be awesome. So this song is done. I'm going to save it one more time. Now, yeah, let's work on one more song at least. And what song shall that be? Bright Midnight? That one. Maybe Spiral is not along with Spiral is basically done. But again, I wanted to make it faster. So I don't know if I count this as a remix or not. Probably not. Because I haven't, like, I kind of released it as a single. So I guess this will be like the album version, I guess. The song is at 120, but I definitely want to make it at least a bit faster. Maybe 124. Let's see, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, it's in techno. Where is it? Oh. I originally called it Power Start Spiral, but I'm just going to call it Spiral. It doesn't need 3 freaking things. This one is one that has vocals on it. It is at 120. Let's come in here. When I play live, I usually start from this spot over here and not the actual beginning of the song, because it usually lines up with other songs better. So we're going to do that. And we're going to warp it. It is already at 120. The reason why there were so many songs at 120 was because I just didn't care about the tempo marking and didn't give any thought whatsoever, which I should have done, to what tempo my stuff was at. So we are now going to up it to at least 124. Let's try 125 for the hell of it. Sometimes the remove mud makes everything sound tinny because I already did most of the work. So sometimes we can turn the remove mud off so that it keeps that boomy kick in there. That's what gives this song its personality. And if we take that part away, or if we smush it, then the song will lose its personality. We can't have that. So sometimes we do a lack of mastering and sometimes leave a song mostly untouched. Why? Because it's already great. There is such a thing as mastering too much. This song already has so much personality, and I really want to keep that intact and that warmth. So we're not going to remove mud at all, but we have the dance master on it, and that cleans up the stuff in the mid area anyway for us. And also the multi-band compression is fine where it is. Yeah. Maybe up a little bit. Alright. This is called Spiral Mastering 2026. We're just plowing through these, and that sounded so wrong. So here I've turned the remove mud off. We don't need it for this song. But we have multiband compression here at 56%. And we don't really need to do anything else. Except for cinching this guy up to that. Perfect. Save. So that means this song is also now finished. Just a little bit of light mastering on it and catching peaks so that it doesn't, you know, peak. We don't want no redlining. That's what it's also known as. There's the full volume. I might make this one the closer. That's a lot of tunes. How many did we finish today? How many are now done? 1, 2. Oh, spiral. Dun, dun, dope, dun, ski. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are now done. I mean, that's an album in and of itself. But there are a few more that I want to do. You know what? Should I do one more? I have a breakbeat track that's like really, really dope. And then that one's like the last one that like needs to be shortened. But I think that one might take a little longer. Maybe 5 a.m. You know what? Okay. Saving that. We're gonna work on one more track, and then I think I'm gonna go. So let us do the template one more time. One more time. We hit that tab button, and we're gonna make all these smaller again. Enough of that jibber jabber. We're going to turn off. I don't think we're going to need that one. Alright, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to do one of the techno pieces. This is called 5 a.m. It was already basically a single. But I think I don't know, man. I mean, it's like half an hour. Let's see what happens when we just make it shorter. Now, let me just warp it the way it is. Does it line up? Kind of. Wait, let's look at this guy. Does this part line up? Ooh, almost. Well, let's put the BPM on and see if it will line up. Okay, so I can already tell you that's where the beat 1 is. So let's cinch it up to the actual thing. And we cinch it up right there on that little blip. All right. It's techno, so we're gonna make it 130. This will probably be all I do to this song, honestly. That's definitely on the beat. Yeah, this is way better suited. This song dragged before. Now this song goes through a key change. It starts in G flat minor, and then it goes to D flat minor, and then comes back. So this song really is like a techno journey. And I have a few songs on this album that sound a bit more like this one, but they all used similar instrumentation, which is why I think these all of these, like, I don't know, to me they're all like progressive, melodic, and breaks. There'll be some breaks on this album. Gonna work on some of them next time, I think. Who does my album artwork? I do. I do all my own album artwork. Thank you very much. I've never actually had that question before. But yes, all of that album artwork is mine. Some of it is digital art, and some of it is photographs that I took of myself and then jazzed them up with really cool effects in Prequal or Canva. Especially the most recent album. I took a photograph of myself and made it into a cartoon. And then some of them are just really cool photography pieces, like for my singles, volumes. Shh. Quiet. That was a bit loud. Pardon me. But yes, every single album cover or single cover I did actually make myself. Thank you so much for asking. My nose is running. Sorry, I have allergies. Slight allergies. It's spring, but you know what? I love the weather. And I will put up with some minor allergies for beautiful weather. I do not mind. As long as I can breathe, and as long as I can hear stuff, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm glad that you like the artwork, Perry. I really, really enjoy making supplementary artwork for all of my songs and my albums. It really is a journey, no matter the genre. To me, it's always about the journey. You know, me making it to people listening to it. And yes, I will go back and listen to my songs whenever I feel like it. I am building up a brand new SoundCloud. My old one got axed. I will be adding more music. You don't even have to download it unless you're doing it for offline listening, which is probably a good idea. But you can also stream all of that stuff in the Bandcamp app on your phone as well, if you want to save space. But I would still recommend downloading it. And you can download them in the MP3s or the WAVs. I might recommend MP3s if you want to save space. They're high quality. It was a WAV first. I don't upload MP3s, I only upload WAV files. So you're getting the highest quality every time. .wav is the original audio, like digital audio format. Not even FLAC is the original. Nope, WAV. So you know you're getting the best of the best. Oh yeah, I know, I've already written quite so much. There's some good ambient music towards at the beginning of my career. That's how I started, as just like a cute ambient artist. Yui Shannon! Thank you so much for the raid. Yui Shannon. Welcome, raiders. Wave pool. What's up, Kerr? Kerr, what's going on? How was your stream? Let me shout you out. Everybody, please go follow Yui Shannon. What did you get up to on your stream? Ooey. Ooey, Shannon. Derpy Frags, welcome. You're from Vegas. Nice. Dark Tech House, open format. Yum. I hope I catch a stream soon. Because I think I'd really like your vibe. Thank you for bringing your folks over. I am working on an album right now. For those who don't know me, I am UVWAVS. You can just call me UV if you like. You've been here before, haven't you? I think you've been here a couple times. We have been finishing up an album. I'm not gonna be able to finish all of it tonight, but we've done like 6 or 7 tracks. Doing like post-production. The song's already written, as you can see. This song, all it needed was a little bit of a light mastering, and I wanted to make it faster. It was 120, and I've actually made it 130. I've made it like exponentially faster, but it's techno. It's just like deep progressive, euphoric, rolling techno. I'm glad you like it. This song actually has a key change in it. We're actually coming up to it. I've been giving it a listen at this tempo. This is the part where it changes. I'm pretty darn happy with it. I may keep this one as a longer track. It is about 20 minutes. I don't know, do I make it faster? I have many songs at 133. Like, no problem. This song I should have written as a faster song in the first place. But I was too afraid of those tempos, of this tempo range, back when I originally wrote this song. Nowadays, I'm not afraid of 130 at all. Bring it on. And so here is the key change from G flat minor to D flat minor. Going a fifth above, and then it comes back into G flat minor a little bit later, which I think is really cool. This song is called 5 a.m. because I wrote it at that time of day. I literally wrote it at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then I went to bed. I just could not sleep, and I wanted to write music. I had been like not satisfied from my session earlier that evening, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't shake the feeling, and so I came back into this room and I just recorded it by myself as the sun came up, and that was it, you know? I think it was just before the sun came up. I think it was like this time of year or earlier. Yeah, this song needed to be faster. So it's still going to be about 21 minutes. Let's hear the ending. Yeah, this song's going to be a faster one. This song's going to be a fast one. 133. It sounds great at 133. I want to hear this ending so that I can trickle it out properly. Or cinch this up properly, rather. Actually, I don't have to. I actually accounted for that originally. Great. All right. We can bump that up to 0. We can save this as 5 a.m. Mastering 20, oops, not 29, 20, 26. I have no idea how many songs we've actually worked on today, by the way. I will count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have done legitimately, we have finished 7 tracks. And 1, 2, 3. 3 of them were already completely finished. Wow. 3 of them are like already single quality. To the Stars is done. Future Oasis is done. And Hyperreal, which is a breakbeat track, is also done. So those 3 are basically like ready to go. I may just throw a quick master on them later on, and that'll just be boring for you to watch. So I'm not going to do that on here. But there are still some songs that need to be finished. Bright Midnight I will finish next time. The spaces in between is a maybe. I might include it. I might just listen back to it when I'm not live and hear if I like it or not. Kerr, thank you so much. This is just one of many tracks. It's probably going to be like a 12 to 13 track album. So much bigger than my other albums. This will probably be my biggest album to date. And I'm very proud of my previous album. I love it very much. Awake and Dreaming is a great album. It's a very chill, dreamy clouds and dreamy water and falling asleep in a very nice place and, you know, tropical vibes and stuff. This one is still kind of tropical vibes, but much more futuristic and is much more reflective of the music that I currently mix and DJ with. I'm mostly a progressive, melodic, and breaks DJ. That's what I do. It's mostly what you will hear on my channel. I do a little bit of deep house and minimal stuff sometimes, and some dub techno. But what I want to do, like I was saying earlier, for those who missed it, I'm going to be making, I might even make it later on when I wake up from sleeping. I might make a genre wheel, but I definitely want to have that available if I can for next stream, because I think that'll be really, really wicked. Or at least for the Saturday streams where we like all genres are at play that I have in my catalog. I would love to do that at the very least on Saturday nights, and we can spin the wheel. I think that would be super fun. I might have that as a points redemption. That way we can ensure that we have fun and not make it about money. And let's make it just about, you know, the points system. So I think that's going to be all for today, guys. I'm just going to save this thing one more time. All right. Before I go and get a raid set up, I'm going to put on a little song for us to lead out with. Oh, it's doing it again. Come on, man. It's supposed to put stuff. It's supposed to put it somewhere else, and now it's not doing it. Actually, I'll just do that instead. Let me see. Okay. Are you talking about the app or the actual, like, the website? Because I don't find them very confusing, but maybe if you're brand new to it, it might be confusing if you're not familiar with the interface. I haven't used it a lot as a fan, though, I will say. I've mostly used Bandcamp. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the app. I'll have to spend some time with it, actually. Yeah, if you're brand new to Bandcamp, it might be weird. Hi, Chase Creative. Welcome to the Wave Pool. Thank you for the follow. I'm gonna make myself big again for you. Well, who shall we raid tonight? Now, next Thursday, I think, will be the next session. Unless I really feel motivated to do it on a different day, I will likely be doing this again next Thursday evening. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, sweet! I can raid Fungus Forager! Nikolai, welcome! We were just about to end, but I will be back tomorrow. If you'd like to join us on the raid, before I get them set up here, raid 1. Alright, if you are a follower, use the top one, the first one. And if you are a sub, use the raid call that has all the moving bits on it. We're gonna go say hello to Fungus Forager. They're a great variety DJ and a musician type, and they are also DJing. Thank you again so much. I am going to try to be live again in the next 24 hours. So I would very much like to try and do a Friday DJ performance-y session, and we can all hang out and listen to progressive house. I'm going to find some new tunes. I would very, very, very much like to try and stream again, just because this was such a different stream. But I'd like to start doing this sometimes on Thursdays, especially when I'm finishing an album, or I might serenade, especially if it's coming up to a Bandcamp Friday. This kind of makes sense to promote myself and myself as an artist. This is how I started on Twitch, was making music from scratch and doing post-production streams. Thank you so much, everybody. I will try to be back tomorrow, and if not, I will see you Saturday. Peace, everybody.